Hello everyone, welcome to the Module 3 presentation. First off, on behalf of Vaka Insurance Company, let me thank you for your continued business and interest in taking this training. We hope you're not only enjoying the course but also learning a lot from it as far as preparing yourself and your property in the event of a storm. So in this presentation, we're going to go over kind of how the program works, what discounts you're being offered, as well as what all documentation is going to need to be submitted in order to complete the training. And what I'm going to do is go through this presentation, this slideshow, show you that, and then I'm going to jump into Blackboard and show you where you're actually submitting the documentation. So how the program works, something you're somewhat familiar with already. In taking the training, you've reviewed the content. Hopefully at this point you've passed either the pre-test or the self-test for each module at 80% or above. And then here in a minute we will be submitting all the required documentation. What you will reap or get out of taking the training, hopefully you will be better suited to protect yourself or your family, tenants, anybody currently residing in the affected area. Hope that you're better suited to protect your home as far as preparing for damage, what actions you need to take ahead of time, and also you will be receiving the premium discount that we're offering. So what discounts are being offered? Pretty much two outcomes here. If you stop where you're at after just pretty much taking the training and passing the test, we are offering a 5% premium discount. However, something we highly recommend, just go ahead and completing the documentation. As long as you get everything I'm about to go over submitted to us, that will be increased to 20%. You'll get 20% off of your premium. So what are you going to be submitting here in Module 3? Something I'll go over in a minute. There's an incentive contract. You need to download that, sign it, and you will be uploading that back or submitting that. Your emergency plan that you downloaded in Module 2, need to fill that out completely in regards to your property, your family, your area, how that's going to prepare you and have you ready. And then the supplies list. This is just the document part of the supplies list. The template we used, basically checking off at least at a minimum all the items in red, the ones that you're going to need photo proof on. However, if you do acquire additional items, the items not in red on that list, we do recommend that, if that's helpful for you or applicable for your situation. As far as the photos and video, the proofs you're going to be submitting, in Module 1 we went over the Red Cross app. I need a photo or video proof. More than likely this is going to be a photo, screenshot, however you want to do it, of where you've downloaded this app, and then set up the alerts for your property area. As long as you have some sort of screenshot or photo showing that you have that set up, you'll upload that. This is your supplies list. Items will be number 2. This will be actual photos of the supplies, all the items listed in red. Need to see that those are readily available at your property. Lastly, this is number 3. This is your property prep task. These you will not submit anything at this moment. These are kind of going to be the actions you will do in the immediate threat of a storm. This is going to be something you'll need to take photo or video evidence of in the case a storm affects you, and you will actually submit those photos with your claims adjuster after the event of a storm. So like I said, right now you're not submitting this part, just the top 2 as far as the video and photos, and I'll kind of go over that again once we jump into Blackboard. How and where these items will be submitted. As far as your documentation, you have your contract, your plan, and your checklist. Those are going to go to the document Dropbox. This is a folder in Module 3. You'll click on it, and each one of these have a separate Dropbox that corresponds with them, and you'll upload those in the Dropbox named what they are. As far as the photos or videos, you'll take all these photos that are on your computer and put them in one compressed zip file. And then you'll take that zip file and put it in the Dropbox. This is directly in Module 3. You just put that zip file where the submission form here is on the assignment. If you're not familiar with how to do a compressed zip file, there is instruction in Blackboard showing you how to do that. Whether you're a Windows user or a Mac user, there's instruction there. And after that, you're pretty much good to go. Hopefully you've gotten a lot out of this training. Now we think you're better prepared as far as keeping your family and your home safe and protected. And not only that, you'll be receiving a discount. So I hope you've enjoyed the training. Now let me jump into Blackboard and I'm going to show you where this actually will be submitted and what you're doing there. I am currently in Module 3. Let me jump back out of that. Here's your Module 1 in the Lesson Modules folder. Hopefully you've already done either the pre-test or your self-test. That'll be at 80% or above. You've passed it. This is the statement you wrote saying you are working on the Red Cross app. Hopefully you already have that downloaded and set up. Module 2, same thing. Either the pre-test or the self-test completed at 80% above. 80% or above. And on the Module 2 here, this will be your document templates, your emergency plan, your supplies list, and the property prep list. Only thing you submitted there was a statement saying you downloaded those and you are working on them. Hopefully you have begun those. Those will actually be turned in here in Module 3. Okay, let's go into Module 3 and I'll kind of show you going forward. Here's your incentive contract. There's nothing at the moment right here, but I will upload the actual contract. You'll need to download that, print it off, sign it, and then submit it to the corresponding Dropbox. If you have the capability, you can use a touchscreen device to sign it. Unfortunately, I don't have a mechanism built in here to take an e-signature or to capture it within Blackboard. So you will either need to print, sign it, and then scan and upload it again, or use some sort of touchscreen device. Just pretty much as long as we have your signature, a valid signature there, that's all we're requiring. Make sure to read through that. It just basically goes over what I'm covering here, how the contract works, and how the incentive is being offered. Okay, you're going to need to take Module 3 self-test. This is basically just stuff I'm covering here in the presentation. Pretty straightforward. Make sure you score 100% here. Like I said, this is straightforward. If you've paid attention in this presentation, it's pretty much exactly what I'm going over. You can do this unlimited time, so if for some reason you miss one, you need to go back through and rewatch this presentation. Just make sure you get that 100% so you know how to proceed forward as far as submitting these documents. Okay, so here is your document Dropbox folder. Click it and you'll see here's where your incentive contract goes. Just upload that there. Here's your emergency plan. When you complete it, you'll submit that there. And then just the document for the checklist, not the photos of the supplies, just where you've checked them off showing that you have them. You'll submit that there. Go back to very bottom in Module 3. Here's your photo or video Dropbox. This is where you'll submit that compressed zip file of all the photos you'll be taking. The Red Cross photo showing where you set up the alerts, and then the photo of all your supplies you've either put together or purchased or acquired, as long as we see that you have those readily available. Remember, nothing as far as the property prep list. Those are immediate actions that you'll be taking. You won't need to submit any of that at this moment. That'll be done, like I said, in the event of a storm, you'll submit that afterwards with your claims adjuster. So for right now, just the Module 1, the Red Cross app, and the supplies that you've obtained. And lastly, here are your instructions below. If you're not familiar with how to create a compressed zip file, this will kind of walk you through that, whichever operating system you're using. It's pretty easy. Just put all those pictures into one file. You'll click right here, go down and browse your computer, upload that zip file. Make sure to hit submit. And that's pretty much it. Once you get your photos and all your documentation submitted, this training is pretty much complete. We'll go ahead and mark that you completed the training, and you will be getting your 20% off going forward as long as you completed all those submissions there. We go ahead and give you the credit for doing the property prep task. As I've made note before, that is a retroactive thing, so if for some reason you don't submit those in the event of a storm, we have the option to retroactively or prorate your discount back to, we actually go back to a 10% if you don't do that. So if for some reason you are affected by a storm, make sure when you're taking those actions or completing those preparations to take photo evidence of that. They will need to be submitted with the claims adjuster. And that's pretty much everything. So hope everybody has enjoyed the course. If you have any questions, make sure to contact us or use the email instructor and let us know. We'll be sure to help you out. Thanks.